Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Lore of League of Legends. In this episode, we're going to be covering the League's latest champion, as well as the ancient history behind the fall of Shurima. Without further ado, I present to you the lore of Azir, the Emperor of the Sands. Enjoy. 1,000 years ago, the glorious empire of Shurima shone like a second sun across the deserts of Runeterra. Its emperor, Azir, was young and ambitious and, in consequence, easily manipulated. Azir's chief magus, Xerath, whispered in the ear of the young emperor that the ancient rite of ascension would give the young emperor the power that he so craved, even though there were ancient warnings that the ritual should only be attempted during times of direst threat. Azir's hubris proved disastrous, however, and as the sun disk focused the dawn rays into a transformative beam, Xerath betrayed Azir, stealing the power for himself and obliterating the Emperor in the process. Xerath was remade as a spectral being of pure malevolent energy. The once beautiful city was swallowed whole by the desert. Two of the ascended heroes of Shuriman legend, Nasus and Renekton, sensed in an instant that something had gone terribly wrong and rushed to the sun disk. The two heroes hurled Xerath into a chained sarcophagus, but the Magus proved too strong for his bonds, shattering it into shards. Seeing no alternative, Renekton dragged Xerath into the tomb of the Emperors, shouting to his brother Nasus to seal the door behind them. With a heavy heart, Nasus entombed his brother with the Mad Magus in the buried ruins for all eternity. Or so he believed, at least. Shurima and its captives would continue to lay dormant for 1,000 years. That is, until a noble woman of Noxus, Cassiopeia, appeared on the edge of the desert looking for a guide to take her to the fabled lost city. She came across Siva, and set out with her across the desert to find the buried bones of Shurima. For 5 days they trekked across the burning sands, until they came across towers jutting out from the sand, and a stairwell leading down into the darkness. With the tomb of the Emperors in Cassiopeia's sight, she betrayed Siva, running her through and relinquishing her of her blade, the key to the tomb. Cassiopeia placed it into the lock and triggered the Guardian's curse on the tomb. The stone serpent that hung above the tomb sprang to life, pinning the Noxian noblewoman in its jaws, its acid searing her flesh and leaving her malformed. The tomb opened, Renekton burst through, twisted beyond insanity, followed by Xerath, the architect of his torment. Siva crawled away, blood pouring from her wound into the sand below, and eventually succumbing to the darkness. Although she did not know it, Siva is the last in the bloodline of Azir, Shurima's lost emperor. As her blood soaked into the ancient sand, a deep, almost forgotten magic sparked to life. The resurrection of Azir had begun. First his mind, then his body snatched back from oblivion to be reborn into this world. He saw Siva, wondering at her face, and saw himself in this, a daughter of Shurima. In that moment he possessed no thought of empires or rituals. All that he knew was that she needed his help. He took her to the Oasis of the Dawn, the Mother of Life. The Emperor smelt the waters, the smell of life, and prayed that he was in time to save her, and did not dream that he, Shurima's greatest emperor, could, after 1,000 years, earn his ascension and bring back his broken city. He dared not dream that if he could save her, the young emperor could save them all. With this selfless act, the power that Azir once craved was finally bestowed upon him, emerging from a blinding flash of light, ascended, and with it, the power to restore his once glorious empire. And that's all I've got for you this time around. Let me know what you thought of the video by hitting that like button and leaving your feedback in the comment section below. I'm going to be getting a small video done shortly on my thoughts of the new lore changes Riot is, or rather has already implemented with this champion. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time.